Hello and welcome again to the famous Computer Cafe on this gorgeous Monday afternoon. Hi, I'm Andy Velka.
I'm Ellen Walker.
And I'm Michael Walker. I just got in off the freeway. I gotta tell you, this was one of the nicer drives I had. It's so pretty outside. You can see all over the city in L.A.
Michael, what are you wearing?
What do you mean, what am I? I hang out.
This is costume day at the famous Computer Cafe.
This is my
Michael's the only one in costume.
This is my doctor's outfit. I bet you guys didn't know how many different applications a microcomputer can be used for a doctor.
Okay, now, Michael kind of looks like a cross between Michael Jackson and Ben Casey.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something.
You guys got to see this. This is great.
I can use a microcomputer to do a lot of things. I can use it to manage my medical records. I can search patient history reports. I can handle any of my surgical problems when I want to list how many times I've done applications for people, surgery. There's all kinds of things you can do. You know, one thing that's really hot. Last week, I was a chef. It's incredible how many applications you can use for a chef. Later on in the week, guys, I'll share with you some other things that doctors can do with personal computers, just in case you wanted to know, Andrew.
Folks, and what you really all know, I'm sure, is that last week Michael was really cooking, and today he's really operating.
Oh, God. Our guest today is Jim Holmes. Jim Holmes is going to talk to us about user groups. Jim is very active in his own user group, and we're going to talk a little bit about why somebody would go to a user group, what a user group does, and answer all of your questions about user groups. Also, this week, we're giving away Tellurium games, formerly called Trillium games, by Spinnaker Software, including Ray Bradbury's game Fahrenheit 451, a game by Michael Crichton called Amazon, one by Arthur C. Clarke called Rendezvous with Rama. These are great, neat adventure games with pictures, too.
This is like that interactive fiction stuff?
Interactive fiction. You guys will love these.
Well, the Bradbury game is a real hot game. It's just great.
Well, they're all good. Anyway, that's what we're giving away to one lucky caller every day. So, where should we call, Andrew?
We should call in Los Angeles, 628 KIEV, San Fernando Valley, 989 KIEV. All the numbers end in KIEV. The prefix is Glendale Burbank, 956, San Gabriel Valley, 443, South Bay Area, 835, Orange County, 714, Area 739, and West Los Angeles, 837 KIEV. We're going to take a little break right now. When we come back, we'll have Ellen with Little News.
Start with the world's best-selling database system. Give it enhanced features to make it faster, more powerful, and easier to use, and you have the makings of a software heavyweight. DBase 3, Ashton Tate's hot new package for your 16-bit PC. With DBase 3, you can create records with up to 128 fields, access 10 files at once, and run other programs like communications or word processing without leaving DBase 3. You can read non-DBase files from other software programs or mainframe databases. And you can easily convert your DBase 2 files and programs to DBase 3. If you get stuck, help is at your fingertips with multiple help screens. And where do you go to see this powerful new program? Go see David and Betty Sun at Sun Computers in the city of Carson. They'll tell you what you need to know about DBase 3 and more. Sun Computers is located at 20925 South Bonita in Carson. Or call 213-538-8338. That's 213-538-8338. Sun Computers in Carson, a soft cell dealer.
Come to order. We'll start with a presentation on foreign production.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you can see from this pie chart produced with GraphWriter software on my personal computer, a large portion of our foreign world production comes from Peru.
Excuse me, Wilson, but we wanted to see how business is going in Turkey.
Well, no problem, Mr. Selwick. I'll just bring up this stacked bar chart. Voila! Wool production in Turkey.
We don't care about wool production, Wilson. Show us how silk is doing.
Well, no problem, Mr. Dandridge. Silk production is up, as you can see in the surface line chart.
Well, thank you, Wilson. Wonderful job.
You've just heard a graphic demonstration of the importance of software for business graphics in getting your point across. For a full range of presentation graphics, get GraphWriter by Graphic Communications for the big picture.
GraphWriter is available at Computer Showcase. Computer Showcase is located at 10517 Pico Boulevard in Los Angeles. Or call 474-6409. That's 474-6409. This message is sponsored by Soft Team Distributors.
Well, hello, everybody. everybody. We love LA, don't we? Especially on days like this. Well, it's such a gorgeous day, I don't really feel like doing any serious news. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you that if you're starting to worry about your taxes, and I think we all should be, I should be anyway, in the business section today, Larry Maggott's column called The Computer File talks about all the different software packages that are available to help you with your tax preparation. And he also tells you how to use packages that you might already have, like PFS File or DBase 2, to gather that important tax information. I also want to tell you, we had a listener calling last Friday asking if there was, he was a blind listener, asking if there's something for ProDOS that speaks. He'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, a word processor for ProDOS, and there is one called called WordTalk from a company called QuickScribe. It's for the Apple IIe. It costs $195, and for more information, you should call Ron Staley at 662-7617. Now, what I really want to talk about today is this great column that I heard about that was in the Washington Post last week, actually this weekend, I think, and it was done by Michael Schrage, and it was called Sociology with a Technical Twist. What Michael did was write this tongue-in-cheek column built on the premise that there are certain generalizations that you can make about people based on the kind of computer that they have. And I just thought it was so funny that I wanted to share it with all of you. So, if you're an owner of a PC, an XT, or an AT, this is what Michael says about you. You voted for Ronald Reagan. You eat steak and potatoes. You drive a big car that almost gets good mileage. You wear nice suits. You wear white shirts to work with solid ties or ugly paisley ones. You drive at 55 miles an hour if the kids are in the car. You have an umbrella at home, in the car, and in the office. If you're a family man, you own a golden retriever or a collie. If not, you own a Doberman Pinscher that's trained to kill on command. You only let the children do homework on the PC. You're a slight overachiever, but not particularly innovative. You like John Wayne and Paul Newman movies. You always watch the network news. Your favorite TV show is Wall Street Week. You read the Wall Street Journal religiously. Own money market funds and stock in IBM. Now, if you have an IBM compatible, it's a little different. You also voted for Ronald Reagan, but you're worried about the deficit. You eat chopped steak and baked potatoes. You drive a Japanese car that almost looks like a Ford. You buy name brand suits at discount prices, have immaculate taste in ties. Even at 70 miles an hour, you drive at the same speed as the other cars on the highway. You let children play games on the computer. It's nice of you. You want to get ahead, but you're not sure about the cost. You watch Wall Street Week, but you prefer Dynasty. You own tax-exempt bonds, play the stock market a little, and own shares in IBM. You skim the Wall Street Journal, but you read Forbes religiously, and you buy disposable umbrellas. I've never seen a disposable umbrella. Anyway, I happen to have a Macintosh, and I think this is very interesting. Apple Macintosh owners voted for John Anderson. I don't even remember who that is. You jog. You eat brie cheese. Your favorite movie is The Big Chill. You think that winning at Trivial Pursuit is very important. You're a frustrated artist. You get wet when it rains. You want to buy a Volvo, but you can't afford one because you purchased a Macintosh, so instead you own a Toyota. I own a Renault. You always drive faster than the posted speed limit. You subscribe to The New Yorker, but only for the cartoons. You read Inc. and Venture magazines. You hide Copy of People magazine in the bathroom. I have a subscription. Favorite TV show is Hill Street Blues. You never watch the network news. Prefer cable TV instead. I thought that was pretty accurate. If you own an Apple IIe or a 2C, the same goes as the Macintosh, but not quite as hip. But you play better poker. If you have a Commodore 64, you read Consumer Reports religiously, drive used cars, eat at McDonald's, your children are taught the importance of getting a good education, you like revival movie theaters, and you read People magazine, but you refuse to admit it. It goes on a little bit more with Atari and K-Pro, but I think that's enough for today. Anyway, if you have any interesting comments about that or you want to yell at me, make sure and call up.
Well, yeah, if you have any comments, we want to hear from you here at the famous Computer Cafe in Los Angeles, 628 KIEV, San Fernando Valley, 989 KIEV, Glendale, Burbank, 956 KIEV, San Gabriel Valley, 443 KIEV, South Bay, 835 KIEV, Orange County, 704, 739 KIEV, and West Los Angeles, where there are a lot of Macs, we know it, 837 KIEV. We'll be right back after this with a little talk with Jim Holmes about users groups.
SuperCalc 3 by Sourcim is a spreadsheet that's extremely easy to use, swift, and powerful, and it's priced lower than most other leading spreadsheet programs. SuperCalc 3 has all the built-in functions expected in a high-quality spreadsheet, and a lot more. SuperCalc 3's features include an on-screen help function, spreadsheet consolidation and sorting capabilities, calendar and date calculations, simple data management, functions, and windowing. The integrated graphics capability is superbly presented, allowing plotting and printing of charts in up to 99 colors. SuperCalc 3 provides you with the ability to create pie charts, bar charts, line charts, and XY graphs. The graphics are integrated into the command structure, so once you learn SuperCalc 3, plotting and graphing the results of your calculations is as easy as pie. To get a taste of the simplicity and power of SuperCalc 3, walk into Simply Software, where they'd love to whip up a quick demonstration. Simply Software is located at 3001 Sepulveda Boulevard in Manhattan Beach, or call 213-546-2467. That's 213-546-2467. Simply Software, a soft sell dealer.
A partner. What is it? I never really thought about it much. But I guess a partner is someone who shares the burdens and rewards of your business with you. A partner does some things better than you do. Even does some things you can't do at all. That's why you're partners. You balance each other out. Without my partner, I never could have made it. I really think the secret to a successful business is a successful partnership.
This word about partners has been brought to you by Star Software Systems, makers of the Accounting Partner. The Accounting Partner, a complete, sophisticated accounting package specially designed for small businesses. The Accounting Partner includes general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, invoicing, purchase orders, and payroll, all for a very affordable $395.
The Accounting Partner by Star Software Systems is available at Software Central. Software Central is located at 650 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, or call 818-793-4103. This message is sponsored by Soft Team Distributors.
Well, hi, we're back. This is Andy Velkoff, and we're here at the famous Computer Cafe. As Randy Newman fades out of sight, he will return, we promise. We're here with somebody who's been here at the cafe before. We're delighted to have him back, Jim Holmes. Jim, welcome back to the cafe.
Thanks, Andy. Glad to be back.
Well, Jim, we were talking last time, and I guess we really haven't done too many shows, enough shows on users groups, and I'm delighted to have you back here today because users groups, after all, are really a real part of the fabric of the people who are using personal computers across the country. You, of course, write a column that appears in, 20 users group letters?
About that, and I'm even told that people are pulling things out of the column now and putting them on bulletin boards, so I don't know how far it's spread.
Well, and we were talking just before we went on the air here at the cafe that, the whole system across the country, you can have a piece of public domain software that'll get on in New York, and it'll spread out throughout the entire country as a newsletter might within a day.
Yes, 24 to 48 hours, coast to coast and border to border.
That's incredible. You talk about a network, and this is all independent people. This is not, a network like an AT&T or a Southern, a California Bell or a GTE or something like that, right?
No, these are hobbyists and homeowners and professional people, all of whom get online with a modem and whatever system they've got and call bulletin boards and one another and spread the word about new utilities and software that's available. Remarkable, just remarkable.
Well, we were talking a little bit, and I know you're involved in some CPM users groups, and of course there are other kinds as well, and some kinds of machines pass in and out of fashion. There's CPM and Commodore and Apple and IBM. What's some of the differences amongst different users groups?
Well, I think at one time, user groups which began were specific to a given machine, and an Apple group had however many members it had, but everybody had essentially the same computer. CPM user groups probably were the first departure from that, and the people who founded CPM groups were a different kind of person, too. More of those people were hobbyists and computer professionals than had been true in Apple groups and Commodore groups and so on. But each of these groups has the same general goal in mind. It's to help new users learn how to use the hardware and, more importantly, the software that they need to run, and to exchange information at a peer level among the more professional users.
Okay, well, our board is lit up like the 4th of July. I'd like to take a call right now. Hi, you're on the line here at the famous Computer Cafe. Is this Dan?
This is Dan. I have a simple question.
Shoot.
I'm trying to help my 67-year-old father who got an Atari 800 just to, for a little diversion to get away from watching TV so much.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I got hooked. And I can't find a users group in my area. I know there's plenty in San Fernando Valley, South Bay, West LA, San Bernardino, just about everywhere, but nothing in the San Gabriel Valley. Seems that everyone I've talked to here in the San Gabriel Valley, they either drive to Long Beach or San Bernardino or over to Burbank. And I was wondering if you know of anything for Atari users here in the San Gabriel Valley, Pasadena, Arcadia, San Marino.
I don't know of an Atari group specifically in that area, but I would bet you that the Atari groups in that you've already mentioned would know where the nearest one to you is, and that's who I'd call.
How about this CPM groups that you were talking about? Perhaps I might have luck with a local one in the San Gabriel Valley. Do you know of any over here?
In the San Gabriel Valley, the CPM group I'd call is in Pasadena, and the name of the group is OK. They meet at Caltech. Andy, you've got their newsletter here. Give them the telephone number.
Sure do, and if I can find it on this newsletter,
inside.
There's a lot of information. Let's see.
Inside at the bottom.
Oh, there we go. Okay. 818-843 4211. And who should he speak with at the OK group?
Talk to Lionel Sirocco.
Lionel Sirocco. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Have a nice day. I hope I win something.
Okay. Hi, is this Bob?
It is indeed.
Is this the Bob Claster?
Oh, not again. Yes, it is.
How you doing, Bob?
Just fine. How are you?
We're doing just fine.
My question is as follows. I am looking for what is probably a fairly common piece of machine code utility for the Commodore 64, and I'm really not all that interested in, joining up with the whole social thing, but it seems as if the only access for those machine code utilities, or for any sort of, utilities that are not, that the demand for them is not quite so high enough to cause them to be commercially distributed, is through these user groups. Is it
that or through bulletin boards? Do you have a modem?
I just got one this weekend.
Well, you'll find that you can get them off bulletin boards just about as easily.
Okay, but is there any way of getting from a users group something? I mean, do they do any business? Do they sell anything? I mean, it's a very simple string sort.
They don't sell at all, Bob. But by law, they can't. We're talking about public domain software, and all that they would charge you for, if they provide you software on a disk, is the copying. But
is anybody involved with that?
Most user groups will ask you if you want to have access to their library to join the group. If you have a modem and can go online, you can probably get that software if you don't feel a user group would be of value to you. And I don't think that the socialization is the main reason for going to the user group. But if you don't think it would be of value to you, don't have the time, use your modem and get online with an RBBS.
And how do you find those phone numbers?
Well, again, call the user group. They'll tell you what theirs is. And once you get online, you'll find lists of other bulletin board numbers on the ones you've called.
Have you got any West Side Commodore groups?
I don't have a Commodore, so I'm not real familiar with it.
Okay. Bob?
Yeah?
If you're looking for a West Side Commodore group, what we can do is we'll get one for you, and we'll give you a call. We'll also announce it on the air. How about that?
What a deal.
We had some Long Beach ones, and I know we had a South Bay one, and I don't have one off the top of my head, but we will get one for you.
Something like West Hollywood,
Oh, well, all right. Any particular street?
That's Melrose, Crescent Heights, around there.
Listen, we aim to please, Bob.
Thanks a lot,
Listen,
Andy.
Bob, take care.
Keep up
Thanks
the good
a lot.
work.
Okay, thanks. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll take more calls and talk with Jim Holmes more about users groups.
There's a company in Seattle that has a lot of people writing fan letters. Listen to what they're saying.
There are not many pieces of software for which I can say I got my money's worth, but yours qualifies for that accolade.
No other program's done as much to stretch the reach of my software or surprise me with my own imagination.
What has all these people so excited? It's a program called ProKey, and it works like this. ProKey can speed up any repetitive process that you and your IBM PC or PC compatible have to go through on a daily basis. Whether you're accessing a database or working with a spreadsheet, ProKey remembers all your repetitive keystrokes. All you do is hit one key, and ProKey does the rest.
ProKey opens a whole realm of exciting possibilities in making computers friendly to new users.
ProKey by Rosesoft.
You can purchase ProKey by Rosesoft at Entree Computer Stores in Los Angeles. Entree is located at 2401 West 6th Street, or call 738-5935. That's 738-5935. This message is sponsored by Soft Team Distributors.
And we sure do love it. I mean, LA, it's the only place that's got the famous computer cafe, at least right now. We will be branching out and franchising, folks. Well, let's take another call, all right, Jim?
Great.
Hi, Max, you're on the line at the famous computer cafe.
Yeah, hi. Grand day, isn't it?
Oh, it's just terrific. Just terrific.
Hey, I got a question for Jim concerning user groups in Orange County. I was wondering if there's one located that sort of specializes in the C64 around Costa Mesa, Santa Ana, Fountain Valley, that area.
The North Orange County Computer Club has a large C64 subgroup connected with it. I don't have their phone number in my head, but you'll find them listed.
Oh, they are in the phone book?
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I was concerned, let me say, I've been using my C64 for about a year. Okay, I'm at the point where I really need some help, sort of widening my horizons in the usage of it. And one thing I'm concerned about is the arrogance of some people that have had computers, say, for 5 or 6 years, and here I am barely, just a little bit more than a neophyte. Are there groups, say, that really just have a beginners or neophyte persons in it?
Oh, I'm glad you called. The best time to go to a user group is when you aren't well established, when you either have just bought something or are trying to find your way through it, even, in fact, when you're just considering a purchase. Because the user groups, you'll find people who've had a computer for a good long time, but I belong to 3 local groups, and I know nobody who's arrogant about their participation in the group. They're there, the old-timers are there because they want to help. They enjoy teaching, they enjoy talking to you, they enjoy pointing out different ways to solve a particular problem, and you're going to be very pleasantly surprised.
All right, that's what I'm seeking. Thank you so much.
Hi, David, you're on the line here at the famous computer cafe.
Hi. I have a question. I've heard of these big super user groups and these local ones. I was wondering whether a person should join the big ones that are nationwide or something, or should you join just the local groups?
Okay, well, that's a good question. But before you go there, what's the difference between a small local one and a big national one?
Well, the 3 or 4 big national groups maintain immense software libraries. In fact, they're kind of cumbersome. But if you know your way around, you can find virtually any program and any utility. I would say that your best help is going to come from your local group.
Okay.
But there's an advantage to the national groups, too, as you get to know more about what you want.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, David.
Bye.
Hi, Bill. You're on the line here at the famous computer cafe.
Yes, I'd like to find out if there's a user group for TRS-80s in the West Valley, Canoga Park area.
Bill, could you speak up a little bit, please?
Yes, I'm looking for a users group in TRS-80 user group in Canoga Park area, West Valley.
I know there is a TRS-80 group in the Valley, but I don't have contact with it. If Andy will field that one for you, as you've done with the others.
Okay, Bill, what we'll do is we'll get the name and number on that, and we'll try and get back to you, and we will also announce it on the air, because I know a lot of folks out there have TRS-80s, and they're interested, just like we all are.
Another question is, what's the function of a bulletin board?
Good question.
A bulletin board is a way of exchanging information and software. When you call a bulletin board, you can leave and receive messages, electronic mail, if you will. That's one important function of it. And in addition to that, most bulletin boards are set up now to upload and download software in the public domain, of course, but whole programs, utilities and applications application software that'll do things that you might have to pay hundreds of dollars for if you went to buy it.
Okay, Bill, thanks very much. We got to run. We got a couple of more calls. Thanks for calling. And we will announce that on the TSRS-80 West Valley Users Group, okay? Okay. Hi, John. Can you make it a quick one? You're here at the famous Computer Cafe?
Yes, I'd like to know if you've got a user group for the Junior in Pasadena.
That's the IBM PC Junior?
Yes.
Not specifically for the Junior, but check for an IBM group. The Junior runs a lot of IBM software, and they'll help you. Or try that OK number we gave out earlier.
Okay. Can I ask another question?
If you make it a real quick one.
How would one go about starting a user group?
Get together with a few people that you know who have the similar equipment and start meeting, sharing information. Call the station here and let them know you're doing it.
Well, if you're starting a users group, we'd sure like to know about it. And for any users groups out there, if you want to send us any information about what you're doing, give us a call at 213-394-7242 at the famous Computer Cafe office. And we will be happy to publicize any information about users groups. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay? Time for one more quick call. James, you're on the line at the famous Computer Cafe.
I would like to know of any bulletin boards in the North Orange County area for Apple.
Oh, there are many bulletin boards, but call the North Orange County Computer Club. They'll give you a listing of probably 24 bulletin boards in the Orange County area.
That's in North. Would that be listed under North Orange County?
NOCCC.
Okay.
And where is that listing? Do you was it Santa Ana or Anaheim? Do you know?
I believe it's Santa Ana.
Okay. All right, James. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, another half hour has just gone by in a flash. Jim, we got a moment or two to wrap up here. If I'm just going, I think we were talking before about that a users group is something that you should look at even before you buy your computer.
Sure, it'll help you decide the software that you want to do the job you have in hand. And as we chatted before going on the air, when you go to a store to buy a computer, the salesperson there can't possibly know all of the hundreds of programs that are available and how they will run on his equipment, never mind what your particular applications are. But you can find someone in the user group who will.
Okay. Jim Holmes, thanks again for joining us. It's as always, it's a real pleasure, and we'd love to have you back here at the famous Computer
Anytime.
Cafe.
Happy to.
Okay, and if people have any more questions about users groups, I'd like to give out your number.
Great.
Okay, 213-650-5326 if you specifically have a question for Jim Holmes, and tell him that you heard about it at the famous Computer Cafe. We'll be back right after this with our winner.
If Lotus had given you just one,
a spreadsheet that's up to 50 times faster than other spreadsheets, with every statistical and financial formula you'll ever need, and the largest workspace on the market.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just two,
Information management, to store and organize information with the ability to cross-index over 2,000 records by 32 criteria, and use information from other programs and computer systems.
that would have been enough. And if Lotus had given you just three,
Graphics, to graph information from your spreadsheet in less than 2 seconds, and change that information, touch a key, and graph the new results instantly. Graphics as a thinking tool.
that would have been enough.
But Lotus has given you more. Text editing, tutorials, a help key, and a host of features which give Lotus 123 its power and simplicity.
Lotus 123 is available at the Software Spot, 10977 Santa Monica Boulevard in West Los Angeles. Or phone 213-477-7561. That's 213-477-7561.
The Software Spot, the oldest independently owned and operated software store in Los Angeles. A soft sell dealer.
Well, of course, we want to thank Jim Holmes for joining us here at the famous Computer Cafe. We, of course, want to thank our listeners, without which this show would not be nearly what it is.
Possible.
Whatever. Ellen, who's our winner?
Don't you want to thank me for my news today? Wasn't that cute?
It was
I will say you're a
adorable.
tough, tough trivia pursuit player.
Anyway, our winner today is James Nissa or Nista. We're not sure how to spell your name, James, but we'll get you your software by Tellurium game by Spinnaker.
Of course, on Tuesday, John Reese will be here from Tronics Monogram. On Thursday, Tony Sneed from Taznet. Wednesday will be a special day. And of course, on Friday, Dr. Disc. So remember, all this week we're going to be giving away the Tellurium game by Spinnaker software, including Ray Bradbury's game, Fahrenheit 451.
Okay, hey, you guys drive safely out there and enjoy the afternoon.
Have a great day.
Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
KIEV, Glendale, Los Angeles, is the talk of the town. 87.